Welcome back to our True Crime channel. Today, we're diving into another chilling installment of our Mysterious Cases series, exploring a shocking crime that took place in Qinhuangdao, a prefecture-level city in Hebei Province, China. Qinhuangdao is home to 4 districts: Funing, Haigang, Shanhaiguan, and Beidaihe. Among them, Shanhaiguan stands out, famously known as the first pass under heaven. It's the easternmost point of the Great Wall of China, where it meets the sea at a place called Old Dragon's Head. This iconic location is one of China's top cultural landmarks. Shanhaiguan has witnessed many historic events, including one that changed the course of a dynasty. If you've read or watched The Deer in the Cauldron by Jin Yong, you're likely familiar with the story of Wu Sangui, a Ming dynasty general who opened the Shanhaiguan Pass to let the Qing army enter, leading to the fall of the Ming dynasty and the rise of the Qing. Wu Sangui, originally loyal to the Ming, was gifted a beautiful woman named Chen Yuanyuan by Emperor Chongzhen. Just days after their marriage, Wu was ordered to rush to Shanhaiguan to reorganize his forces against the Qing, leaving Chen Yuanyuan and his family behind. In 1644, rebel leader Li Zicheng captured Beijing, and Emperor Chongzhen took his own life. Initially, Wu planned to surrender to Li Zicheng, but upon learning that Li had taken Chen Yuanyuan, he switched sides, opening the Shanhaiguan Pass to the Qing army, defeating Li Zicheng, and paving the way for the Qing to conquer China. In The Deer and the Cauldron, Chen Yuanyuan and Li Zicheng have a daughter named Eike, the 7th wife of Wei Xiaobao, a clever, quick-witted character many fans adore despite his unremarkable appearance. That's a brief look at Qinhuangdao's historical backdrop. Now, let's get to the main event, the chilling case we're covering today. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to support the channel. Let's dive in. The story begins with a man standing at his front door, keys in one hand, phone in the other, calling his wife. As he approaches, he hears her phone ringing inside the house, but no one picks up. When he unlocks the door and steps inside, he's met with a horrifying scene. His wife's handbag lies on the living room floor, next to a small pool of blood. In the bedroom, he finds his wife, Zhang Yan, 32, lying motionless, covered in blood with multiple stab wounds. Police arrived quickly, securing the scene and conducting an initial examination. Zhang Yan had been stabbed over 30 times with a double-edged knife. Unlike a typical single-edged blade, the fatal wound was to her neck. Based on body temperature, she had died about 2 or 3 hours earlier. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence of tampering, and, according to the husband, nothing was stolen. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. Someone came with the sole intent to kill Zhang Yan, likely with meticulous planning. 2 scenarios emerged. The killer attacked as soon as Zhang Yan opened the door, or she let the killer in, possibly someone she knew. From bloodstains at the scene, police reconstructed the crime. The attack began as Zhang Yan entered the house, causing her to drop her handbag and leave a bloodstain. She struggled, running toward the bedroom, likely aiming for the balcony window to call for help. The killer caught up, and a struggle ensued, leaving multiple wounds from her desperate resistance. Skin and blood under her fingernails showed she scratched her attacker. However, a critical neck wound ended her fight, and she collapsed between the bed and the wardrobe. Despite the struggle, no fingerprints were found except those of Zhang Yan and her husband. However, police discovered tiny wool fibers traced to gloves the killer wore throughout the crime. Surprisingly, the killer left a size 39 shoe print at the bedroom door, with a narrow heel, typical of flat shoes. This led police to estimate the suspect was about 1.5 feet 5, 1.60 meters tall, weighing 55 to 60 kilos, and likely female. DNA from the skin under Zhang Yan's nails confirmed the suspect was a woman, but her identity remained unknown. The investigation turned to the husband, Wang Dong, who had a previous marriage. However, his ex-wife had no conflicts with him. Their divorce was amicable. They had no contact afterward, and they shared no children. Her DNA didn't match the sample from the scene, ruling her out. Wang Dong was also cleared, as no evidence suggested a motive or means for him to kill or hire someone to kill his wife. Digging deeper, police noted a string of misfortunes in Jiang Yan's family over the past 6 months. She had parents and a married older brother with a child. On her wedding day, her parents and brother mysteriously vanished without a trace, as if they'd evaporated. Despite a police report, no leads emerged in 6 months. Now, Jiang Yan herself was a victim, was a vengeful force targeting her entire family. Further investigation revealed Jiang Yan's parents were affluent, owning a medical clinic in Shanhaiguan, several properties, and a valuable collection of antique paintings and calligraphy. They had bought homes for both children, one for her brother and his family, and one for Jiang Yan, who lived alone until her marriage. When her parents and brother disappeared, police found no signs of a struggle or theft, so the case was treated as a missing persons report, not a homicide. Given the female suspect, police considered Jiang Yan's sister-in-law, the wife of her missing brother. As she stood to gain from inheritance, Jiang Yan had suspected her sister-in-law was involved in the disappearances, causing tension between them. However, the sister-in-law was an ordinary housewife with no suspicious behaviour, and her DNA didn't match the crime scene sample, clearing her of suspicion. Police reviewed Jiang Yan's call logs. At 5:58 p.m, she called a colleague to ask about steaming buns. At 6:10 p.m, the colleague called back, but no one answered, aligning with the coroner's estimated time of death, suggesting the crime unfolded in just 12 minutes. Jiang Yan's neighbourhood was busy, with no cameras directly monitoring individual homes, but area surveillance captured footage during peak hours. Among the passers-by, a woman in a red coat, hooded, masked, and gloved stood out. The weather was warm, with some people in short sleeves, making her heavy attire unusual. Checking footage from March 26th, the day before the murder, police spotted the same woman in identical attire, riding a bicycle through the area twice with a large bundle of vegetables in the basket. If she lived nearby, she would have taken the groceries home instead of cycling around. Though not definitive evidence, this raised suspicions. The camera didn't capture her face clearly due to the mask and low resolution, but her gloves and flat shoes matched the crime scene evidence. Forensic analysis revealed a key clue. Chemical traces on Jiang Yan's face and eyes indicated she was sprayed with pepper spray, incapacitating her before the knife attack. At the time, pepper spray was restricted to police use in China, and civilians could only obtain it illegally online. The Cybercrime Division traced transactions for pepper spray and found an IP address from an internet cafe. Footage from the cafe showed a woman purchasing both pepper spray and a T-shaped push dagger with double edges, matching the murder weapon. The delivery address was in Beijing, linked to a man named Lu Nan, 40 originally from Shanhaiguan, with a comfortable lifestyle. Shockingly, Lu Nan's car appeared on camera near Jiang Yan's home on the day of the murder. Suspicion mounted, but to avoid tipping him off, police monitored him discreetly. In Chaoyang, Liaoning province, they observed him entering a small diner alone, where he was joined by a woman the same one who ordered the pepper spray. Police arrested both immediately. The mysterious woman was Jiang Haidong, 36 from Dinghai, Zhejiang. Surprisingly, she confessed immediately, admitting she killed Jiang Yan. She detailed purchasing the pepper spray and dagger in January 2012, having Lu Nan receive the delivery. On March 26th, she scouted Jiang Yan's neighbourhood in her disguised attire. On March 27th, Lu Nan drove her to the area. She knocked on Jiang Yan's door, used pepper spray to disable her, and attacked with the dagger. After the crime, she fled with Lu Nan. Her account matched the scene perfectly, and her DNA matched the sample from Jiang Yan's nails. When asked about her motive, Jiang Haidong claimed she acted out of hatred for Jiang Yan, despite not knowing her. Later, she said she killed for love. In 2009, Jiang, then happily married with a stable job, met Zhang Zixiang online. He presented himself as a learned figure in a banned Chinese cult operating underground. After a year of online chats, she became infatuated, worshipping him fanatically. Zhang Zixiang demanded she pass 3 tests, quit her job, divorce her husband, and cut ties with her family. Despite the absurdity, she complied, abandoning her life to follow him. Living with Zhang Zixiang, he instructed her to eliminate his sworn enemy Zhang Yan. He enlisted Lu Nan, a fellow cult member, to assist, blinded by devotion. Jiang carried out the murder without hesitation. Tracking Zhang Zixiang, police arrested him at a rented house in Chaoyang, where he lived with Jiang Haidong. Shockingly, Zhang Zixiang was Zhang Yan's older brother, presumed missing with their parents 6 months earlier. He not only orchestrated his sister's murder, but confessed to killing their parents, staging their disappearances. From childhood, Zhang Zixiang suffered from congenital hip dysplasia, causing a limp in his left leg, and bullying from peers. His busy parents, focused on their clinic, had little time for him, fostering deep resentment. He hoped his doctor father would cure him, but when that didn't happen, his bitterness grew. His arranged marriage further fueled his sense of being controlled. Meanwhile, his sister, Zhang Yan, born healthy, enjoyed freedom and success, intensifying his jealousy. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder, Zhang Zixiang's mood swings between mania and depression destabilized him. Joining the banned cult, he was revered online, feeding his delusions of grandeur. Meeting Jiang Haidong, who abandoned everything for him, reinforced this. He demanded money from his parents to start anew, but they refused. Denouncing his cult, enraged, he drugged their drinks, killed them, and buried their bodies in a family-owned warehouse. He also resented Zhang Yan, believing she hoarded the family wealth while neglecting his wife and child, whom he had abandoned. In reality, no inheritance was distributed, as the family was only considered missing. He blamed Zhang Yan and ordered Jiang Haidong to kill her. Ultimately, Zhang Zixiang, the mastermind, and Jiang Haidong faced the death penalty. Lu Nan, though not the killer, was convicted for aiding the crime. This case highlights the dangers of cults and distorted minds, leading to unimaginable tragedy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe to support the channel. See you in the next case. Goodbye for now.